Hi guys.
Welcome, one and all. 1 and 999. Actually, it's more than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
But it's 1,000 basically.
We got to 1,000 subscribers thanks to you guys.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
How? How did we do that?
No idea.
I think it was on 1,007 the last time I looked.
Why? It's probably the question we ask.
Why? Yes.
Why have 1,000 people subscribed to us? I've no idea, but it's brilliant. Thank you.
It is brilliant.
It just means it's. I tell you what, puts a pressure on though, because it means you've got to come up with content.
I wish that we'd had YouTube before, when we lived here before, because...
Yeah, you used to do your blogs though, didn't you?
I
the
used to do
old-fashioned
blogs,
way.
yeah, on Brits in Bulgaria. I used to do a diary on there.
Yeah, exactly. So you did a similar thing back then. So.
And we did the football team, so we used to do a report every week on the football matches, didn't we?
Yeah, that was all good fun, wasn't it?
Anyway,
if any of the lads are watching, or the kids are watching from back then, hi.
Yeah, hi everybody. We're all grown up now.
You haven't got kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
That makes us feel really old.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we had some good times.
If you are watching, any of you are catching this, brilliant, fantastic. Yeah.
So what have we been up to this week?
Well, to be honest, we've had a funny week.
Have we?
I think. Yeah, we don't feel like we've done loads.
No, we haven't really. Nothing sort of majorly apart from one thing.
And the last couple of days we've done hardly anything at all, to be fair. We've procrastinated. We're very, very good at procrastinating.
Huge amount of procrastination.
Yes. So we basically just pretend we're going to do something by talking about it. Is that right? What do we need to do in this room? Let's go around and make a list of all the little things we need to do. We won't actually do those things, but we will make a list of them.
We will. Eventually. It's just there's like 1,000,001 things to do.
I think it's all part of being here. Is, we talk about, you can get up and do what you want to do when you want to do it, which is fantastic. And you can change just like that, like we did with last week, which we'll come back to in a bit. Ideas you didn't think you would have, or things you needed to do, you don't necessarily know until you get up that they need doing. But the other thing is that you have to sometimes give yourself a bit of time. There's no point coming here and just working solidly day in, day out to do the house. There's no hurry.
No.
Okay, there is no hurry, and that's what we have to keep telling ourselves. We've been here for 8 weeks. That's all we've been here for, is 8 weeks. And we've done quite a bit in that time. A lot of the stuff that we want done inside, i.e. the bathroom and stuff like that, we are reliant on other people to come and give us a hand. And just the bits and pieces indoors. Sometimes I think procrastination is out of your comfort zone, so to speak. You're just putting something off that you haven't really done before, but you're going to have to do it at some point. So it's kind of stealing yourself for it. It is. And then you get up in the morning one morning, you go, you know what, bugger it, I'm going to do it. So I've done some bits in the office. Yeah. Done the window frame and what have you, which I'm not sure if Nikki's going to put on this week.
I'm not going to put it on this week because there's not enough footage, to be honest. So,
yeah, fair enough. So hopefully next week there's a couple other bits we're doing in there, on the flooring and things like that, and then we can actually get that particular room can be finished. We're making a start on our bedroom, but there's bits and pieces that need doing.
Again, I'm not going to put a video on of that.
Yeah, but there's bits and pieces that we can do that eventually it'll look nice and what have you. But we talked about it. It's been very warm this week.
Oh, it's been
there's a bit of a cool breeze this morning, which again, when it's really hot, it does kind of take your enthusiasm away to do things.
Well, we both fell asleep yesterday because it was so hot.
So it kind of slows you down a little bit.
Drains your energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But especially as we're not acclimatised to it yet.
Although I think we're doing better than we thought, because I have seen a lot of posts where people are saying they've got their air conditioning on flat out and fans on, and we haven't got air conditioning, but we've got one fan. We've had it on once, and we've had hot water bottles, frozen hot water bottles twice. But apart from that, we've coped, haven't we? We've made sure the curtains are shut and the windows are shut.
We've got a door up there which we need to sort out a decent fly net for. Yeah. Otherwise we could leave that open and
that would let
air through it.
So from last week, I think we left it that we were going to go and start making a parking space for the new car, which is great, by the way. We love the new car, don't we? Easy driving.
Yep.
Well, not so much for
Not
me.
been out in it loads, have we?
No.
To be fair, but yeah, we are happy with it. The car's cool.
Yeah, I've been driving as well, so
And yeah, we wanted to make a bit of parking space. That's what we finished on last week, as you quite said.
It was blooming. It was probably one of the hottest days in this past week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there's
Shoveling
us
gravel again.
out in the sunshine all day, pretty much clearing the space, shoveling gravel. The people that went past must have thought we were mad.
I'm not sure how you feel, but it's possibly a tad bigger than I was saying.
In the video, you will see that I said about making an arch. Yeah. And when I came to see it, sort of near enough when Darren had finished, because he did the structure by himself.
Sorry, what do you mean came to see it?
I came to see it because.
Why would you have come to see it when you were helping, weren't you?
No, I helped for some of it, all the really heavy work.
But didn't you help towards the end?
No.
So you didn't help with putting the frame up?
No, I didn't.
No?
Because I was indoors really busy.
Yeah, right. Busy. You're inspecting the back of your eyelids.
I'm
out there sweating.
It was too hot for me, so I was going to go in and do some editing.
Holding bits of wood up on my own.
But unfortunately, just staring at the screen, cutting and editing the video made me feel really sleepy.
I thought I was going to die of thirst.
So
I
I
thought,
fell
wow,
asleep.
she's so busy up there. She hasn't even managed to bring me out a cup of tea. Wow.
I did bring him a cup of tea.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
After
and then
was
I helped right
left
at the end.
crawling around the floor.
But anyway, the structure is huge, and I'm really.
She left me to get on with it my own. That is your own lookout.
Yeah, so that's what I've ended up.
I kept thinking, well, if I go wider, a little bit wider than I need to, obviously that gives Nikki more room to reverse it in or drive it in or whatever, and not worry too much about being able to open the doors.
It's massive, Darren. It's ridiculous.
So the parking area we're thinking of using is this. As you can see, the sun goes over here later in the day, so it's going to be protected from there. It's going to have shadow from here as well. So what we want to do is clear this back to that tree over there. Just these little ones, as I said, nothing particularly massive. As you can see, there's an abundance of these anyway.
There is.
It's not going to be a major loss.
There is all the way down
the
there.
gravel that we previously got
all the way up there.
is there.
Still.
So we can shovel that in here, and then we can park the car in here. It'll be protected. We always do something between the two, lots of trees to protect it from hail.
Yeah. Yes,
So,
make
yeah,
a little arch.
That's the idea, is to clear this space.
Let's get on with it then.
Cracking. Come on!
like it's the root of a tooth.
Like a root of I thought it wouldn't come out.
Oh, thank goodness. So, what are you actually doing?
I'm making some cement
For
to put into these little posts, which I'm going to use at the bottom of my surround for the thing for the car, the shade for the car.
okay.
Nearly finished. Just like one more piece to put up. I've just got to measure these out, just make sure they're in the right place, and then the green mesh can go on top. Job's a good one. But I'd just like to say that if I can't talk properly at the moment because it's very, very dry. It's very hot here. It's over 30 degrees. I'm working. Nikki's indoors doing some other stuff. I know she's busy, but just saying. It's a bit dry. It's a very bit dry. As my grandson Coops would do. A victory bum dance. Oh yeah. Cheers guys.
One thing we've noticed in the village, and I don't know if this is for all villages or a lot of villages, is the lack of donkeys and carts, horse and carts.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things when we first moved to Bulgaria. It
stood out.
It stood out like a sore thumb, didn't
Yeah.
it? You know, it wasn't something you were used to. Obviously, definitely not used to seeing in the UK. But everywhere, all around the village, it was donkey and cart mostly, wasn't it? The occasional horse and cart, but mostly donkey and cart. I got photos from our first village of the jacket over the donkey's head to protect it from the shade, and lots of different things. But there were loads of donkeys and carts. Here we see one donkey.
I've seen one donkey underneath a solar park.
Yeah.
Well, a solar
Never
garden.
doing anything, just
eats the grass
eats
around the
solar panels.
Yeah. In the shade, which is
but that's
nice
about
for
it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we thought to ourselves, well, how did they get around?
Well, we didn't need to think that because we can see it. They seem to have mobility scooters or little carts, little buggies.
Electric ones, little electric buggies.
Like little golf buggies,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, golf buggy type of thing,
Yeah.
and mobility scooters, effectively.
Yeah, and they're everywhere. They're all over the village. We've seen them out of town as well.
We think they possibly use them as a little taxi service as well,
Yes.
because I'm quite certain someone said, obviously not picking up every word properly, but I'm sure someone said that you pay a few statinkies and it'll take you from here down to the village
Down to the
shops.
centre.
Which I think is
And we saw
absolutely
someone
great.
waiting.
We saw
didn't
someone
we?
waiting by the side of the road, outside
way
their
or
house.
that
It was
way?
that way. And the little cart came across with a little old lady in the back and come across that way. As it got to her, she stopped. He stopped. She got in, and then just saw both of them sitting on the back of it, looking towards us as such, driving down towards the village. And I just that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Great use
So
of
in
it.
the UK, disabled people tend to use mobility scooters, but here they just seem to be a form of transport. I think it's,
Yes,
I think
to
it's
get around.
fantastic. I really do.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the other thing I've noticed in the village is it seems noisier to the extent that lots of people are out doing the gardens with trimmers and mowers.
I think that's another thing.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
The point that they have gardens.
Yeah. I mean, when
not in vegetable gardens. Obviously, our neighbours there have got absolutely stunning vegetable gardens.
It's full of vegetables, isn't it?
But
she's out there every day.
There's a lot of them now have just lovely little seating areas with flower gardens and what have you, don't they?
I mean, I'm sure they always had flower gardens, but do you remember when we first moved here and we grew grass, and somebody said to our neighbour said to us, why are you growing grass? You can't eat it. But now they've all got grass. They've all got lawns, and like you said, seating areas and borders.
I think it's that thing where not having so much time. The locals, I mean, obviously they work and what have you, and they decided that I assume they decided they have a small patch now of vegetables and what have you, have this big area, but instead it used to be, our neighbours were always bringing us tomatoes and cucumbers and things like that, because they grew way more
they grew
than
more,
they needed. Whereas now I think they've just cut back, so there's not quite so many. They just do the shopping, at the supermarket, same as we do. So they don't need that
as much.
Same sort of thing. So now you have that nice little grass area that you just keep mowed and the garden looks nice.
It's not just Darwin and our French neighbours who are out with the strimmers and lawnmowers, all the Bulgarians seem to be.
I want to add, every single week I have to deal with this grass.
The garden's gone mad, I must admit.
It just keeps growing. Even though we're not having a lot of rain, it's still just just growing.
We were supposed to be having this as a meadow, but there's all these grainy things growing, so I don't know how we're going to have a meadow. But we put this little bench here so we could sit here and watch the woodpecker. And the woodpecker's over in the tree over there. But when I sit down on this bench, this is all I see, because it's just too long. So that's the state of the field currently. The state of you.
What? Look.
Covered. But you've done all that. I think it's taken you about 2 hours.
Yeah.
To do that much. Yeah, we actually had a nice afternoon off, didn't we, from all the renovation. We just went down to the Wobbly Bridge, which I've done a video on the Wobbly Bridge in previous videos. And it goes over the Maritsa River, doesn't it? And we managed to find a way to get down. I mean, obviously there's loads of ways to get down because there's lots of fishermen down there, to get down to the bank so that we could sit next to
But we hadn't done it before.
We hadn't done it before, no.
So. But we just followed a few different trails, and there's a nice little bit where you can go down where the fishermen obviously sit and what have you. You can just sort of sit there. And for me, that was brilliant because we were sat and we'd taken a coffee.
We'd had a coffee, yeah.
And I just went a little bit tiny little bit further up than where you were sat, wasn't I? And I was just watching the damselflies and that kind of thing.
Loads of butterflies.
Loads of those types of things there. And then I noticed a snake in the water. And I watched
didn't notice it.
And it was, out of the water by about so much. It was his head and part of his body. And it was out, and it just stayed completely still. That was why I hadn't spotted it before. And then it just went straight out of the water. It was out there for about 5 minutes. I thought it must have gone on, but the next minute, up comes its little head again. And it sat there with its head out, and a pair of damselflies that were connected landed on its nose. And it just stayed there. So I've got a few photos of this snake with its head out of the water, and a couple of damselflies actually just stood right on the end of its nose. And it just looked really funny. That was really cool. I was quite chuffed with that one. You can park up there.
Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, just walk in the river if you want to. It's
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Where you can swim.
Really, really
swim
nice.
in the river. I don't
So
know how clean.
Found our
it is.
shorts and our swimsuits, and
I
we're
haven't got
ready
a
to
swimming
go.
costume. I need to get one.
You have to go in your knickers and bra,
Just my knickers.
knickers and vest.
We decided to take the afternoon off from DIY, and we've come to the Maritza River to have a little paddle. It's just amazing today. Oh, every day really. Every day is amazing. Isn't it, babe?
Alright.
What did you say?
It's alright.
It's alright. He's such a liar. You love it, don't you?
We do.
Neither of us are strong swimmers, and as there is quite a strong current, yeah, we're probably just going to paddle, but it's lovely to cool off, isn't it?
It certainly is. Look at me swimming.
Oh, it's so warm. I can't believe how warm it is.
Little bit shallow.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite do that. Oh look, stop.
Oh, it's a stop.
My ass is on the ground.
Careful. I'll fly over the water.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think
Can't be that much. Look at that. Right above us.
Wow, look at that shot. While Darren's gone down to the island, I thought I'd help myself to a little biscuit, and I got a coffee. And this is a lemon cream. I'm the first one to try them. I'll shout him and let him know. Darren! Got some really nice lemon biscuits. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh well, never mind. I saved you the last lemon cream.
The last one. An old packet. That's I'll leave you unattended. Thank you. That feel nice with a coffee.
Oh, okay. We are thinking more and more now about getting a spa, a pool or something. So I'm just waiting for Lynne and Adam from Our Little Bulgarian Adventure to do a little video for us to let us know sort of costings and what you've got to do really, because the chemicals and stuff. Yeah, in the courtyard.
There's a
yeah.
little area there that would be ideal.
Because our poor little camping showers, they just seem to be melting in the sun, and because it's so hot. And then when you pick them up, it stretches the handle, so they've got lots of duct tape on them now.
It's a lovely hot shower, though, isn't it?
Not going to last much longer, though, are they? So we definitely need our bathroom, need our tank.
Yeah. We finally get a really hot shower when it's really, really hot.
Yeah.
Not when we really need it.
I did try having a cool shower, but it was too cold in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's another video I'm going to pop on about our sweet teeth, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You jumped across there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yes, we've said before we've got sweet teeth, and we've said before that it's hard to find stuff.
Yeah.
So, yes, watch the video. And
it's not that hard. And even you'll see on the video these cakes that we really love from Billa.
Oh, the Milfy.
Milfy, yeah.
Yeah, the Milfy cakes.
And we went into Chirpan the other day to another little shop, and they had different flavours. They had the, what was it, sour cherry?
Yeah.
And lemon.
Lemon, yeah.
In the same
Say, very nice.
Well, we've had the lemon, we haven't tried the sour cherry. That probably for the first 6 weeks, I didn't run. I stopped running. Now, previously in my previous life in the UK, I ran every single day for about an hour every day.
Unfortunately, she keeps running back.
So, coming here, and obviously all the stuff we had to do, or getting on with all the stuff we've been doing, rather. We hadn't had chance to get the treadmills out, but we have now. You've got them out a couple of weeks ago.
They're over there.
And I've been getting up every day and going for a run. I'm only managing 45 minutes because it is so hot. So, but it's good. It's good to be running again. So hopefully I can lose some of this puppy fat I've got.
Yeah, I haven't got back into it yet, but I stopped before we left the UK. So
Oh, yeah.
I
He's
will
not as
get back.
dedicated as me.
I'll get
so,
back into it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But you've been going out for walks.
I have been
haven't
going out for walks.
Yeah.
Yes, went for one this morning down the lake,
you? Well, I ran.
which was nice.
So we did a video when we first moved here, after a couple of weeks I think it was, of foods that we were kind of missing from the UK and that we haven't found anything to replace them, and that we were going to lose weight, we thought, because obviously we couldn't eat them. Yeah, that hasn't happened because we have actually found some foods that we really like here, haven't we? And Darren's going to explain.
Obviously, when Nikki said, could you do a few bits of video of some of the nice bits and pieces that we found, I protested for a while because there's no way I want to sit here and eat biscuits in the sun with a cup of tea. Who'd want to do a thing like that? So after about 10 seconds of protest, here we are. So there are, we said before that majority of stuff has chocolate on it, okay? And I don't eat chocolate, okay? So it made it a lot harder, and you couldn't get things like custard creams and fig rolls and stuff like that here. So it's finding other stuff. And one of the other things was obviously cost, and they are still very expensive compared to, say, a packet of custard creams in the UK.
Yeah,
to get
that's true.
This little packet here is
From
like
Jumbo.
some sort of, was it strawberry creams?
Yeah,
Okay?
they're very nice.
Effectively, they are a bit nice, but they cost about 3 times as much as a packet of custard creams. So, at the speed we eat these type of things.
You?
Oh, okay, me.
But
And the thing is,
they're really nice, aren't they?
you get to the stage where I've got sweet teeth, so I was always going to end up paying the prices because I'm not going to go without completely. We obviously like Koznak, which is the bread with the, particularly with the locum in it. We have come across this one, which is not quite the same, but it's like little buns with Turkish delight in. So I haven't actually tried one of these yet. I should do now, I suppose.
No, I don't think you should, Darren.
Just for the camera,
Well, you mean
just give it a taste.
You mean in the interests of...
So here we go. I'd like to not try one of these.
Okay.
Looks like a little bread roll.
You
with
have to share it.
It's not tear and share.
It is. It looks like tear and share. Let me have that little bit then.
Nikki will have that little bit.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, just a bread roll with some locum.
Quite nice.
It's quite tasty.
Probably. Do you know what would be nice on top of that? Icing to make it into one
Custard?
of those. Custard. You can make it into an iced finger. A nice bun, you know.
Yeah, it could be improved upon. Yes. So we found these, which I've literally just opened.
They're in Kaufland, aren't they?
These are in Kaufland. Now this is a big packet, so these seem quite good. Doppelkeks.
Doppelkeks.
Doppelkeks. It's effectively looks a bit like a rich tea, and tastes like a rich tea, but with like a cream in the middle, a vanilla cream. By the look of it,
Like a
vanilla
custard.
cream. So that's probably the closest I'm going to get to a custard cream here.
Well, so far.
So yeah, same sort of texture as a rich tea biscuit,
Well, does it?
which means you're going to dunk it and you're going to do it quickly because that's going to totally dissolve and Nikki just nick the other bit. But it's just like a rich tea cream, which is a strange combination for us, but very nice, very sweet, very nice.
To go on to
Very, very tasty.
the little cakes we found when we went to Sofia and we were waiting for the train and we went...
I haven't finished these yet.
No, you don't have to eat them all.
I do.
And we went into Billa.
Can't waste them all.
Went into Billa
Right.
and we found these little cakes. They're called...
How could you resist something that's
called
milfy?
Milfy.
Yeah. Les marquis milfay.
Milfy.
But milfies, we call them. And
I like
these
one of
these were a bit of a surprise, to be fair.
These are,
Because,
oh my word, they are delicious.
Nikki had one of these and went, oh, look, I'll just pick up one of these because she thought the name was funny.
Yeah.
All right. And it turns out that it's basically a small pastry,
They're quite big.
multi-layered pastry. What do you call it? Shoe pastry? Something along those lines?
No, flaky.
Flaky. No, well, yeah, I
like a
suppose.
flaky pastry.
Yeah, I guess. With cream in between.
A vanilla cream.
I think it's like layered with cream by the look of it.
And then some
But I've
kind
got
of
to
icing.
say, the
Icing on
cream
top.
is really nice, and They are well tasty.
It's like maybe it's more like a puff.
I don't know what Nikki's
A
waiting
cream
for.
puff. Cream puff.
I don't know what Nikki's waiting for because she ain't going to get none of this.
I am.
Oh, I can't tear it. I should have
Just
brought a
bite into
knife with me. Though.
Bite into it. No.
Just because I don't want them to run out, I'm going to tell you now that these are from Billa. They're disgusting. Don't go out and buy loads. Really.
Let me try.
No.
Let me have some.
Don't need any help.
Let me have some now.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. I would advise everybody to steer clear of them, particularly in the Chopin
Oh
area.
my god, they're so nice.
Because they're, oh my god, that's really nice. How big's your mouth? Give that back.
You're not going to eat it all. You're eating that.
I'm not eating that.
Right,
I'm eating
go
that.
to the other things while I finish this.
I want that first. Give that back. I'll finish my biscuit while I wait. I wish you wouldn't make me do this. You're such a pig. I hope we don't muck this video up and have to do it again. This is just the first take. These definitely are no good for getting tea. So this is Lidl's, and they're wafer curls.
And they only cost about £2, don't they?
They're not very expensive. These you get quite a few in there.
You get a lot.
So basically, it's a wafer filled with cream.
And you get...
I haven't actually tried to dunk one of these, so this is going to be a disaster because it's a wafer.
Why don't you use it as a tea straw?
You probably would. It wouldn't really soak up the tea very well.
No, you have to suck it.
I think if it did, it would just collapse.
Try sucking it like a tea straw. Sam would be proud of you, and Dom.
Not with all that cream in
They'd
it.
both be really proud of you. Yeah, but that's what they use a Twix.
I'm not doing that, mate.
Do it on camera. Come on, dare you?
Dare me as much as I go, I'm going to do it.
Dare you?
But I will, however, try another one.
I'll do it.
Get your own tea. There we go. Nikki's going to do a tea straw, is it?
Yeah, it's normally done with a Twix.
All that vanilla straight up through the middle. That's going to be really sweet.
It's not
You
coming
can't,
through.
you can't.
No.
Failure. Well, you just wanted to eat one. That's all you did there. I just realised what you did. You took it away from me.
No, I've got some vanilla.
You will do.
No tea.
Perhaps you need to blow all the vanilla out first. Then you it's an empty straw.
I don't want vanilla cream tea.
So just an update. Yeah, we found some bits and pieces. They are slightly more expensive on the whole than equivalent
In
the
general,
UK.
but still reasonable.
For people that like sweet teeth, got sweet teeth and
the
like
price you've got
cakes
to
and
pay.
biscuits. Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. So yeah. Ta-da! So just in case anyone was worried, basically, that we were going to waste away to nothing and couldn't find cakes and biscuits that we like, as you can see, we have found some alternatives. But I will throw it out there that if you've got any cakes, biscuits that you need testing, and you need someone who's going to eat them for you and see if they'll dunk in a cup of tea or go nice with a cup of tea. Yes, review them. That's
Is that
the word.
what you're offering?
I am offering my services. So wherever you are, have a good day, guys. Enjoy your tea.
That's the end of this week's.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Take care.
And keep smiling. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.
Bye.